Hi everyone, it is summertime and this is my little garlic patch. I planted my garlic last fall and I actually couldn't find it in the store. So I ended up planting an organic garlic bulb that I bought at the store, or probably a couple bulbs, and it turns out they sprouted and they did okay. You can plant your garlic either in the fall, but you can also plant it in the spring and harvest it late fall as well. So this was planted last fall, so it's ready to go now. So I'm going to show you how I harvest it and how I store it. I'm really curious to see how well it did. So you'll notice that these leaves are starting to turn brown. You want to go ahead and harvest it before it flowers. This down here is a rogue onion that is flowering, not garlic. So we don't have any flowers yet, and you'll notice it's starting to dry out a little on the ends and turn brown on the edges. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it out. And what you're going to do, pick a nice dry day, which today is a nice dry day, and I'm going to just carefully dig around the edges of this garlic. Little hand shovel would have worked better, but I've misplaced it. So all I'm going to do is just kind of loosen up the dirt around these plants on each side. Just want it to be pretty loose because otherwise you don't want to damage your bulb. Oh, these are beautiful. Look at that. So exciting. And then you're just going to kind of tap the dirt off. I will brush it off a little, and I'm going to lay it just off to the side here, and I'm going to let them just chill out in the sun today and dry off. Make sure the moisture is off. And then this afternoon, late afternoon, evening, I'm going to go ahead and brush the dirt off, and I'm going to take them in, and I'm going to lay them on a table that's in my garage and just let them dry out a little bit for a couple days before I braid them. I am really, really happy with this garlic. It looks great. Got a lot of really big heads of garlic in there. And when you're planting it, all you're planting is one little piece of the garlic, not the whole head of garlic, just a little clove. And then if all goes well, you will get a whole garlic out of that. When you are pulling it up, make sure you leave the stems intact if you want to braid it, which is what I'm going to show you how to do. And when I braid it and keep it, it usually will last just about a year until my next garlic is done. I'm storing it in my basement where it's cool and, fairly dry. The dehumidifier is running in there. So once you've let your garlic dry, and mine has been sitting around for probably 5 days now, so it's pretty dry, which is good, but not so dry that I'm not going to be able to braid it, which is how I like to store it. So your goal now is to take them from these dirty, messy things and get them cleaned into a nice, neat garlic that you can store, which is pretty easy once it's been sitting and dry. You can get some of these dry pieces off and just brush the dirt, and a lot of times this paper just comes off, which has most of the dirt, and I will just kind of rub it off. You can also use a little brush that's not going to brush it completely off because you need that paper on there to keep it for storing, but you can just brush it off, get that off. And then I like to cut most of the roots off. They don't really hurt, but they don't do anything either, so I'll just cut those off and then get all of my garlic to be like this, and I'll show you how to braid it. If I have any garlic that are really small or don't seem like they'll store well, I have one that seems like it didn't quite dry all the way or something, and I don't think it's going to store well. Those I just keep separate, and I'll try to use them first. I may even put them right into my refrigerator. But the nice ones, I like to braid and store them in the basement. It's really easy. It looks really cool when you're done. It's very easy to do. You can just get 3 of them, and you're going to braid them just like hair. Kind of go crisscross with them. Do that a couple times till you get them ready, and then you can add 3 more in there so that they're kind of touching, but you don't want them real squished, because the idea of braiding them is it still allows air to kind of flow through them, which you want. So then you line them up, and now you're gonna add those right into the braid, like you're French braiding hair. Do those a couple times. I'm gonna add 3 more, and you can keep right on doing this for as long as you want, really. Kind of add your next 3 in there, and then you're just gonna be braiding just like you're doing some hair. Braid them together, and then when you're all done, you can just kind of tie it off. A lot of times what I do is I might even zip tie it, and I hang it on a hook in my basement on my canning rack.
So when you're all done, look how pretty that looks. They store really nice. You can get even more of this dirty paper skin off if you want for it to look really, really nice. But it's a great way to store garlic. I've used garlic all the way through the winter like this into my next harvest the following summer. So it keeps really well like this if it's ready to go properly. I hope this helps you. I hope you consider growing garlic because it is really super easy to do. And just one more thing, you can grow right on your own and not have to buy from the store. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our videos.